Today we're talking about how to create dashboards using Quarto in RStudio. And this is a very simple dashboard I put together. It was easy peasy to do. You can do this yourself. I'm going to talk you through exactly how to do it. So let's dive right in. Boom shakalaka. On this YouTube channel, we're creating R programming videos on everything. This is part of a series that I'm doing on Quarto, and I've talked about YAML and CSS files and narrative options and chunk options, etc., etc. Today we're going to be talking about how to create a dashboard. This is a lovely dashboard. You can see that I've got countries. Well, these are continents, and in each continent we've got the change in GDP over time, change in population size, the relationship between life expectancy and GDP, and then we've got a couple of extra things here, and you can go through the different continents, and we've got these cards over here. So it's just a quick summary of what's going on. This is taken, by the way, from the Gapminder dataset. When I create videos, I only ever use data that you have access to. So if you install the Gapminder package, you have access to this data. Okay, right. Now, there's a couple of things to point out here. I've orientated this into columns, right? So we've got 3 columns, but you could also orientate this into rows. And as soon as you've decided, is it rows or columns, within a row or column, you can have additional either rows or columns. Like, so we've got columns now, and within a column, we can have multiple rows. And then within any one of these cards, you can have tabs for additional information, right? There's a lot more you can do, but I'm going to try and keep this simple just so that you can get the basics of this right. You can also click on one of these and then zoom in on it. Okay, so it's kind of a nice little way to present data, and it's easy to do. So let's have a look at RStudio and figure out how to do this. So here we are in RStudio, and to create a dashboard under format, you want to define it as a dashboard. And then orientation, I've said columns, you could say rows, and that matters in terms of how you kind of orientate the various cards that you create, and we'll have a look at that in just a second. I've said numbered sections false. There are other YAML parameters that you can stick in, but today we're just going to keep things simple so you can create a basic dashboard. Importantly, notice that I'm working in source and not visual, because a lot of what we want to define we need to define in the source. In other words, the sort of markdown notation. Now, to keep things simple, I've created all of the plots in one big chunk over here, and I've given each of the plots a name. So we are going to be able to just reference those names and all those objects in the code that we create hereafter. Now I'm going to go back and forth a little between RStudio and the actual dashboard so that you can see what it is that I do and what it is that it translates into. So the first line that I've got here is a hashtag Africa. So first level is really talking about these tabs right at the top, or actually in each case it's a new page. The next level that we're looking at is our first column, right? And we said that we want our dashboard to be orientated into columns. So we define our first column, double hashtag column. And in this case, I'm stating the width, okay? Because when I create these little cards here, which are in our first column, I want this to be just 25% of the rest of the dashboard. Now, when we define the next 2 columns, we don't need to necessarily define the width. It'll automatically kind of place them there, but you can if you want to. Now that you can see that our first column has got these 3 little boxes, we call them value boxes, and we just write 3 separate chunks of code for each of those boxes, and it'll place them one underneath the next. If we put 4, it would put 4 there. It would put as many of these boxes as we created, but each box has its own chunk of code. Notice that code chunks start and stop, and we create new chunks of code for each box. How do we create a value box? Well, we create some YAML here called content value box. We give it a title. So in this case, average population is the first box, and if we come across here, you can see it says average population, so it's given that a name. Then we create a list into which we say icon equals globe, and that's the icon that you can see right over there. Color, primary, and then the value, right? Because this is 929 million, and that would become a very big number on the card itself, I've just put an M there, and because I've got a combination of sort of numbers and letters here, I've stuck them into inverted commas. If it was just a number, you wouldn't need those inverted commas. And then I've done the same thing for the next 2 value boxes. Now in our next column, which is this column right here, we've got 2 rows, right? This row and that row, the top row and the bottom row. Okay, so we're first going to talk about the top row. Let's have a look at the code. And here we've said double hashtag column. So we're defining a new column. Notice that I'm not stating the width of the column. It'll automatically kind of use up the remainder of the space on the page. And now inside that column, I'm creating a row. So now I've got triple hashtag, right? So that's the next level. I'm defining a row, and I've said tab set here because I am going to want to have these tabs to swap between the different graphics. Okay, so tabs.tab set in curly brackets. Now, to define what is in the tab set, I use this div, and this is why we're working in the source and not visual, because you want to define this div with 3 semicolons, and then we're giving this card a title, and then we're putting in our first actual graphic. Now, GDP Africa, that was a plot that I defined earlier on in the code. Remember, I said I defined all my plots early on, created data objects that relate to that code. So if I put GDP Africa, it's going to run it's going to get that data object and stick it in to this chunk of code. And I close the div, and then I go to change in population size. So the first one is change in GDP. That's the card title. The second card title is change in population size. And again, I've got the chunk of code there referencing that particular plot. And all of this is sitting inside this div, 3 semicolons, 3 semicolons. And that gives us this change in GDP and change in population size. These two plots pop themselves in there. And so still inside this second column, we've got a second row, the bottom row, right? And we could have more. You could have any number of rows. I mean, it can get a little bit messy if you have too many. I've deliberately kind of kept this simple, but we've got a second row, and this is our change in life expectancy by country. Actually, that heading isn't quite right, but, I did this in a hurry. So if we look at the code here, we go down and triple hashtag to define the row within the column. Remember, we had 2 hashtags saying that we were in the second column. Well, it's the second level, so we're creating a column. Now 3 hashtags saying it's a row within the column. And it's the same story here. But in this case, we didn't use the tab set because we're not using tabulation tabs. We just got one graphic. And again, I've created a card that has card title change in life expectancy. Now, if I didn't do this div, 3 semicolons and then this information over here, it would still stick this graphic here, but it wouldn't create this nice little heading and a nice, the nice neatness of this box. And I like these headings, so that's why I did that. And now we want to look at the final column, and our final column is exactly the same. We've got 2 rows, and in the first row, we've got 2 tabs. So it's going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy. Double hashtag saying now we're dealing with another column. And this actually should be column tab set, just means that the tab sets are going to be in columns. In other words, one next to each other, like this one over there and one over there. If we did row tab sets, it would do the tab sets along the sort of y-axis of this. And then it's exactly as we did before. We're basically defining everything. It's exactly like the previous column. And now you can see we've gone down to another single hashtag Asia. And that means that we're now defining everything in this page here, and everything there is exactly the same. Obviously, I'm just referencing slightly different plots because these are the plots that make reference to the data in Asia. And then, of course, we do the same thing for Europe and the Americas. And of course, you can do a lot more with these dashboards. I've done a very simple example over here. If you want to learn more about how to use Quarto, there's going to be a link on the screen at the moment. If you click on that, it'll take you to learnmore365.com. You can create a free account and access all of the cheat sheets and HTML and et cetera, et cetera. So, hope that was useful. Don't ever change. Don't do drugs. Speak to you soon. Take care. Speak to you soon. I've said that already. Bye.